Hey everyone, welcome back to Solving the Mystery of Fromville. I will be discussing From Season 2, Episode 6, Pas d'Adieu. I will be giving you my breakdown and theories of this video. Boy was talking to Kenny's mother and explaining the situation about Sarah, but Kenny's mom looks like she's not having it. Boy leaves the diner and walks into the church. He hears a music box, the same music box from Episode 2. Martin stated that if you hear the music box, the monsters will be coming. And I believe that monster maybe be that ballerina that Boy keeps seeing. So Boy sees the ballerina dancing, and all of a sudden worms come out of her mouth. Then Boy is right back at the diner as he never left. It seems that he fell and hit his head. Boyd is getting worse and things are coming ahead. Donna, she is rationing food because, as I mentioned in my last video, she doesn't have enough food to feed all those people, and her crops are not going so well. Donna drives to Kenny's mother's house and told Jim and his family that the food can ration for a year. Jim thinks that the food can last for a month. Jim feels like the people need to know what's going on. Donna thinks it's not a good idea. Jim still thinks it's part of an experiment. So he's still on that experiment path. He thinks that someone is watching them to see how they survive in this town like this. And he is swearing that this is all an experiment, and he's just 100% sure that he is right. So Boyd mentions that the leaves are changing. He stated to Kenny that he never seen it before. Victor stated the same thing last episode when he spoke with Jade. I strongly believe that the climate is changing and the Cosmo effect is going to start happening soon. I have a feeling that the town and colony house is going to change. Maybe it's going to be a different setting. Boyd explains to Kenny that there are worms crawling in his skin. Then he hears the music box again and the ballerina comes out. The more he sees her, it gets worse. Boyd finally explains to Christy what happened to him in the forest, but as always, Christy doesn't believe him. Christy tells Kenny about the situation, and Kenny stated that the same thing happened to his dad and thinks that Boyd may have dementia. I believe that the ballerina is the new monster, and this time around, I have a feeling that only a few people are going to be able to see the monster, which is going to be a disadvantage to the other characters that don't see her at all. So the guy right here, which I don't know his name, but I do remember that he was a troublemaker last season. He caught Elgin stealing food and he knows the food is low and will be running out soon. He pulls the knife out on Elgin and told him to leave. Ellis interfered and got stabbed. I am sticking to my theory. I do not trust Elgin at all. And I think he really stole some of that food. The question is this food is for himself or for someone else? Maybe Sarah. Boyd sees Father Country and he asks him if he's going crazy. Father Country states that everyone can't win. Kenny walks in and Boyd tries to tell Kenny that he was talking to Father Country and explains what happened in the forest. Also, Boyd admits that he is terrified. Elgin decided to drive Ellis to the clinic. Ellis needs a blood transfusion. If not, his organs are going to fail. Boyd said that he can't do it due to the worms, and Kenny pulls a gun on him like really? I know Kenny is mad, but he needs to calm the hell down and listen to what Boyd is saying. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I just feel like every time someone says something, that they seen something, that they hear something, these characters look at them like they crazy. Like, really? Like, if I was in that situation, I would believe everything. Because one, we're stuck in a town that we cannot leave out. And then two, there are monsters that is trying to kill us at night. So yeah, I would have believed Boyd, but it's just a TV series. And I guess these writers are going to be sticking to these characters, not believing what other people are saying. So they finally see the worms in Boyd's arm and believe him. Boyd has an idea, which is to go outside and pass the worms to the monsters. At first, I thought it wasn't going to work. because Smiley said that was fun. But at the same time, I knew Boyd wasn't going to die because he's too important. Once Boyd kills Smiley, the rest of the monsters just walked off. And now Boyd can do the blood transfusion. Oh, and by the way, Fatima is pregnant. It seems that she wanted to tell Ellis back at the colony house, but things got interrupted. Pas d'Adieu, which translated to Step of Two, made its first appearance in the early 18th century, but looked very different from how we knew today. It was typically used in open acts for operas and ballets, and would have a couple performing identical steps, occasionally with them holding hands, in the late 18th and early 19th century. The pas d'adieu involved becoming more romantic, involving closer contact between the dancers, but in earlier episodes of season 2, Tilly was dancing something similar to pas d'adieu. I wonder if she used to be a ballerina before. Also, there are certain movies that's also related to this episode title, such as Us and Black Swan. They used that reference of pas d'adieu in these movie scenes. And when they use that means something horrifying is happening. Okay, so here's my theory. To sum up half of the season, I think the characters are in a looping effect, which describes the interaction between classification and the target kinds of people or humankinds that properly shows behavior and traits. The idea is the classificatory practice induce reactions in the members of humankind by enabling new intentional ways of being and acting. I think all the characters have different behaviors of what they have been through and are trying to adjust their lives and personalities to who they are right now. Maybe these characters are given a second chance. I strongly believe the man on the radio is either Jim or the adult version of Ethan. I think episode 3 title Tethered matches Martin's character because tether means confined or restricted, or as if with a rope or chain. I believe that Martin used to live in the town, witness what happened. So the huge question is, since the monster Smiley is dead, should they be an autopsy? This will be a great way to see what the monsters are. This was a great episode. As always, please let me know your theories about episode 6. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Make sure you like and subscribe, and until then, see you later.